This is Movie Division. Today, I am going to recap the action-adventure movie entitled Uncharted. Spoilers ahead. Watch out. The movie opens with a young boy named Nate, while hanging and fighting with the men on the cargo plane, and he accidentally gets hit by a red-colored car that causes him to fall. The movie switches to 15 years earlier when younger Nate is with his elder brother Sam. They both break into a building, and Sam shows his brother the picture of Ferdinand Magellan and explains to him that he is not the first one to travel the world. Sam locates the world's first map, leads Nate to it, and mentions the story of a lost treasure that he believes they can find. Sam reveals to Nate that they are directly related to the most notorious pirate, Francis Drake, and attempt to steal the map, but the security catches them up. They are about to be prisoned, but Sam escapes after handing over his necklace to Sam and promising to return to him soon. After Sam leaves, Nate reads his letter with the help of his lighter, in which Sam requests him always to remember that he is a Drake. The scene shifts to the present, where Nate is seen working as a bartender and steals a bracelet from one of his female clients. But as he returns, a man named Sully is waiting for him and takes out the bracelet from his pocket. Sully offers Nate to work with him and promises to show him the places he has always wished to see. Nate denies accepting his offer, and after Sully leaves, he checks his pockets and finds Sully's card instead of the bracelet. Following that, Nate reaches Sully's house to get his stolen bracelet from him and looks at the same map, due to which he was caught with his brother while trying to steal. But before Nate could have got his bracelet, Sully appears there and manages to provoke curiosity in Nate by proclaiming to be friends with his brother Sam and showing him his picture. Nate leaves, rejecting his offer again and stating that he has not seen or heard from his brother for the last 10 years. Nate returns to his home and starts looking at his brother's letter and gets curious about the job of finding the lost treasures and contacts Sully to inform him that he is willing to do it. The following day, Sully tells Nate that they will have to start by stealing a key that comes in a pair, but he has one of them, and they will have to steal the other from an auction that is going to happen in a building named Augustine. Sully gives him a task to crack and turn off the lighting system of the building, while the rest will be under his control. Nate starts working on it, eventually cracks the system, and texts Sully to inform him. The next evening, Sully and Nate reach Augustine to accomplish their plan during the auction. They encounter a woman named Jo Braddock, who works for Mr. Moncada, a family member of the Moncada family, claiming ownership of the hidden treasure. Sully warns Nate about Braddock and advises him to stay away from her, and as she tries to approach Nate, he escapes from there. Nate starts staring at the key they are going to steal and encounters Mr. Moncada, who reveals the history of the key to him. During the auction, Nate reaches the control room and gets caught by the security guard while messing with the lighting system. On the other hand, Sully keeps requesting him to do something, and he keeps delaying the auction by bidding on the amount that he does not even have. Nate gets surrounded by Braddock's associates, but he manages to create a distraction, and Sully succeeds in stealing the key by taking advantage of the opportunity and changing his dress to be one of the staff members. On his way to escape, Braddock captures him and snatches the bag containing the key from him, but Sully dodges the security guards and manages to get out of there. As Sully returns to his car, he finds Nate already sitting in his car. The next day, Sully and Nate head toward Palestine, where Sully introduces Nate to a girl named Chloe Fraser, the second key owner. She talks to them and pretends to be no interest in the treasure, but after she leaves, Nate realizes that she has stolen the second key from them and starts chasing her. Finally, he stops her from escaping by standing in front of his car, and they persuade her that she cannot do anything without them, as she does not know how to use the keys. The scene shifts to Moncada, who is talking to his father and is trying to convince his father not to give up on the treasure, but he does not listen to him. Mr. Moncada leaves and hires Jo Braddock and gives her Sully's location. On the other hand, Chloe acknowledges that Nate is Sam's brother and questions Sully whether he has informed Nate about Sam or not, but Nate arrives there and Sully changes the topic. Mr. Moncada meets his father again and tries to talk to him, but he does not believe him, and Moncada gets him killed with the help of Braddock. Nate manages to crack the riddle and leaves Sully and Chloe to a bar, where they will need to use the keys, thinking they will find the treasure there. After looking everywhere, Sully finds a clue, and as they use the keys, they are attacked by the arrows, but barely survive due to Sully's mistake. After all, they find a hidden route and follow it. Nate suggests Sully separate from them because, according to the riddle, they will need to use both keys at different locations and connect Sully's phone to the GPS on his phone. As Sully comes out looking for the next clue, Braddock spots him and orders his associates to find Nate. Meanwhile, Nate and Chloe reach a bar while following the route, and Braddock's men find them. Nate fights the men while Chloe succeeds in opening the hidden door. Nate overpowers Braddock's men and escapes from there. Nate and Chloe reach under a fountain, and as they use the key, the chamber starts filling with water. They request Sully to find a way to save them immediately, and he reaches a restaurant where he spots a hole for the key, but a glass protects it. Sully tries to open it, but Braddock arrives and holds him at her gunpoint. Sully distracts her by throwing the key to the ground and shoots the mirror after snatching the gun. Braddock and Sully get into a fight, but Sully overpowers her and knocks her out. He uses his key and saves Chloe and Nate while they are on the verge of death by drowning. After a while, they find the next clue. It needs to be use both keys combined, and Sully denies giving his key due to a lack of belief in them. Nate ensures his loyalty and convinces him to share his key with them. They open the door to the room where they find a room containing large vases inside. Upon checking, they find that the vases are full of salt, but all of a sudden, all the vases are broken down, and Nate finds a map. As he turns to show the map to Chloe, she points the gun at him while asking for the map. Chloe turns out to be a traitor and knocks Nate out after asking him to question Sully about what was happened to his brother Sam. After Nate regains consciousness, he finds Sully in front of him and discovers that Braddock has killed his brother Sam during his treasure hunt. Nate gets mad at Sully for leaving his brother to die and quits helping Sully find the treasure. Braddock reaches to report Chloe's trick to Moncada, but Chloe arrives and reveals that she has been working for Moncada all this time and hand him over the map she took from Nate. After that, Sully comes to see Nate at his place and informs him that he cannot let his brother's killer win, and Nate discloses that he is ready to help him, not because of the treasure but to end what his brother has started. They spy at the location where Moncada's cargo plane is ready for takeoff to continue the rescue hunt. They find Moncada guiding his men to be careful about his car while loading. After that, Chloe explains her plan to land in a place called Cara de Oro, where they can find the treasure, and Moncada orders them to follow Chloe's guidelines. During their journey, Moncada talks to his men about bringing back the honor to his family, but Braddock kills him by cutting his throat while Chloe manages to escape. When all of Braddock's associates are busy finding Chloe, Sully and Nate come out of the car and look at Moncada's dead body while stealing the map. On their way out, Nate finds Braddock, and despite being stopped by Sully, he draws Braddock's attention to take revenge for his brother and opens the parachutes attached to large blocks inside the cargo planes, due to which the plane gets imbalanced. He fights Braddock and his men and ends up hanging from the plane. During this, Chloe is captured and manages to get inside Moncada's car after saving herself. As Nate returns to the plane, he gets hit by Chloe in the car, and they both fall. Chloe saves Nate from falling, and they both reach an island where they book a room in Sully's name. At night, Nate starts looking at all of the letters from his brother, thinking that his brother would have guided him for sure. Chloe also arrives to help him, but she falls asleep after a while. Nate keeps searching for the hint and finally finds a letter mentioning the things he can't see. Nate uses Sam's lighter, which makes the hidden text visible to him, and he finds that the keys are the compass to find the treasure. Nate gets very excited, but instead of waking Chloe up, he notices the location's coordinates and keeps them on the table. The following day, Chloe wakes up and finds the coordinates. She leaves after dropping an apology letter, and when Nate finds the letter, he gets delighted that he has missed Chloe. Chloe follows the coordinates and is spotted by Braddock on her way, who is also looking for gold. After that, Nate reaches the actual location of the map and finds two ships standing in front of them. As he enters the boat, Sully appears there and reveals that his phone is still connected to the GPS of Nate's phone. They find the gold, and Sully asks Nate to be happy about his discovery of the world's most significant treasure, but he states that he was meant to find it with Sam. At that exact moment, Braddock and her men arrive and have to hide inside the ship. Braddock's men check the boats but find nothing, and after a while, Nate and Sully realize that Braddock is trying to fly out the ships along with them. They come out and fight her men and manage to hijack one of the helicopters. Sully flies the helicopter while Nate fights the men who try to assail them and gains the upper hand on them all. Braddock orders to chase Sully and Nate, but after a short chase, Nate destroys her helicopter and ship containing the treasure with the help of a cannon using gunpowder. Braddock survives and jumps on their ship. She throws the ship's anchor down, due to which they got stuck, and assails Nate. Nate survives her attacks and reaches the helicopter while Sully is standing after saving some gold from the treasure. Braddock tries to kill Nate, but before she could have attacked Nate, Sully sacrifices his gold to save Nate. Braddock gets killed when the ship finally falls over into the ocean. Nate gets very happy and mentions that they still can save the gold, but Sully informs him that the gold belongs to Philippine government now. Sully gets sad and after losing all the gold, but Nate cheers his mood by giving him the gold that he has hidden while they happily leave. In the first post-credit scene, Sam is still alive and writing a letter to his brother about being aware of the people he is around. Meanwhile, in the second post-credit scene, Nate and Sully are seen working together and messing up with a man for Sam's letter. And he warns them of his men. As they get out of there, they are stunned, and the movie ends there. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the bell notification, and leave a like. It really helps the channel. Thank you for watching.